Do you find yourself at an expensive university? Do you feel that right after your last class ends, your lust for learning just isn't fulfilled? Do you feel that 15 credit hours just isn't enough? I do. But to fix that, please, step into my room. I'll teach you something. Selling lobbies, cooked. Selling U-logs. Trading real-life money for gold. Doubling gold. Hey, I'll trim your armor for free. Do you want to PK in the wildy with me? These are all things you may have heard from a world that is not yours. A fantasy world. Hi. Welcome to the first installment of I'll Teach You. My name is Mitchell Matasha, and today we'll be talking about Runescape. Come on, let's go learn something. Welcome to the Runescape starting screen. Now here is where I will log in. So Runescape is a massive world. As you can see, I'm in one place in the game, and there are multiple, if not several, other hundreds of places in this game. As you can see, I am now capable of interacting with the people who are around me, who are all players of the game, not just computer-based NPCs. Now, RuneScape is a British game, so for some reason they use the mouse on the left, while Americans use the mouse on the right. So I'm operating the game using arrow keys instead of the traditional WASD. So I'm moving around with my character by clicking on a gridded system, a gridded map that allows my player to transfer from one square to another. Archaic, yet effective. So here we are. To give you an idea of how you can interact with people in the game, I'm going to follow this young gentleman. He doesn't seem very interested in me right now, perhaps because I am a noob. How about this gentleman right here? I'm going to follow him and say hello. Usually, RuneScapers have a pretty nice bond, and you can talk almost like brothers, kin, if you will. So let's see if we get a response. He doesn't seem interested as well. So this is the rest of Varrock. This is a big town, one of the starting towns. And as you can see, I'm kind of exploring and walking by people who are currently in some combat. Wow, look at this. Look at this. They're in some combat. The details that go into this game are amazing. I mean, you can chop down this oak tree if you'd like to. Maybe some firewood for a cold night. You can also slay this goblin, but we won't do that right now, will we? There's a number of terrain to interact with, including some snowy mountains once you get into the member region. So, as you can see, I'm transitioning into a different terrain here in RuneScape. I have descended upon a desert. It looks to me like some things fell on the ground right here. We can right-click on them by seeing what's on the ground. Oh, but it looks like a bunch of junk. Look, an imphide, clay. Okay, so I don't really want to be here anymore, so what I'm going to do is use my teleport spell. And I can teleport to a city of my choice with this spell. Let's go back to Varrock, shall we? So as you can see on my way to teleporting to Varrock, I have drawn a circle around myself, and now I am reading a book. Makes sense to me. And there we go. Okay, Mitchell. I know what the game is now. Thank you. But how do I get XP? How do I level up? What's the best way to do this at a low level? Good question. Let's find out. One of the most important aspects of this game is leveling up. So when you first enter the world, you're obviously a low level, correct? Right. So what you can do to gain levels is to simply attack enemies. Alright, and the fight begins. Now look at me in my combat stance right now. I'm currently using the attack XP mode, and I killed him pretty quickly. So here is a nondescript woman that I am now attacking, and I got her in 2 hits. And look at this. She has dropped some coins. Shall we pick them up? Great. So when you first start the game, this is a great place to go. We're at this bar. The bartender doesn't seem to care that I'm taking out his customers. He doesn't seem to mind because he knows they're replenishable. They'll just respawn again. Everybody's having a good time. Look at this man over here having his drink. I mean, it's a comforting environment, and I would imagine if we're using sound right now, we'd hear some music, maybe a lute song, or maybe something a little bit more medieval-ish, than regular music today. Sometimes I like to turn on iTunes music while I play. Then you can listen to your own playlist and not RuneScape music. Now I'm going to leave the bar. I feel pretty prepared to perhaps go somewhere else. So let's go to Falador. As you can see, a very, very white town. I think they use maybe sandstone for these bricks, but I reckon it's more close to marble or something more prestigious. And now that I'm a higher level, I feel more confident to take on higher level enemies. Now, white knights are much stronger, so you kind of have to watch out. And again, if you hover over my attack, you can see that my XP is rising. It appears that the sky is getting darker. Maybe we can expect some rain in the game. Wouldn't that be nice? Kind of reminds me of a summer day when the clouds are rolling and about to thunderstorm, and you're on your bike in your neighborhood and your mom tells you to come in. It's funny how a game can do that to you.
How do you make money in RuneScape? Well, it can be just as easy as picking it up off the ground. However, there are plenty of ways to make money in RuneScape. Some that are frowned upon in the community.
So right now, I have 713,398 coins. I wouldn't call that rich, but I would call it well off. Perhaps if it translated to real money, I might be able to buy a small house in real life. Here's an example of wealth. If you use your bank, oh, here's my bank pin, don't look. So here is what wealth can do for you. I have multiple sets of armor. I even have, some fun things like capes and a necklace and some food. So money can buy you things that equip you better for the world around you. As you can see, I am a member of the Bank of RuneScape. I don't have a card here, unfortunately, but they do hold my stuff pretty well. So, now we learned one way how to make money, and that was picking it up when people drop it. When those white knights and those people in the bar were dropping money, I was picking it up and gaining a good amount of cash, probably around 200 coins total. So that's one way you can do it. Another way is to sell things. And ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly why we are here. In this game, there are 2 ways to sell items. One is to simply advertise it to the world around you. I'm going to sell my bronze armor, as it's armor that I don't really need. So you can stand here for almost hours selling whatever it is you want to sell. As I said, there is a second way to make money in this game. A second way to sell, I should say. So let's go to the Grand Exchange. The Grand Exchange was put in not too long ago to help players sell their items more easily. So here you can see I have 2 empty slots to sell things in. Now let's click one of them, and it says, what do you want to sell? And I say, well, I want to sell my bronze armor. This helmet, I've selected it. It's going to go for 40 gold pieces. Not a bad offer. So let's confirm my offer. And we just wait. We wait for it to be sold. Another way you can make money is scamming. Now, if you look over here, this person appears to be in a scam. See, she just said doubling money, 290 mil left. Now, that's generally an indication that it's a scam and that she is not in fact doubling money, but she will take your money when you perceive that she's doubling it for you. So if I offer her money, she'll probably take it from me, and that's the last I'll ever see of it. Now, let me do a little experiment. Scammers will do this a lot of times. See, I said trim armor for free, and it's a joke because no one actually believes you'll trim armor for free. Generally, that's how scammers do it. They lead you to believe something that's not true, and then they'll take your money. Ha, bummer.
So now you know the most basic fundamentals of the game. But let me show you a few more things. Let me teach you a few more ways you can make the most of your RS experience.
So now that we've learned how to make money and how to gain XP, we will kind of dive into what this game is really about. So here's some of the music in RuneScape. Very pleasant, right? I now feel as though the scene is complete. I mean, the music playing really represents that I'm on this island that's really far away from home. You know, as Dorothy would say in the Yellow Brick Road movie, she would say, "We're not in Kansas no more." Okay, so now I'm at the top of a volcano. You know, this scene really reminds me of Vesuvius, the volcano that destroyed Pompeii. Now, this is really exciting because this is now just a new adventure. I mean, I'm finding new places, there's lava, there's scorpions, and it's getting kind of dangerous. Now, let's go down this manhole, and we find ourselves in a dungeon. Things are getting dangerous. More is at stake, you know what I mean? So I'm starting to fight these skeletons now, and it really makes those measly white knights look like, you know, a very simple enemy. And then we stumble upon these demons. Wow. Yeah, these are big guys. They're not very friendly, but we're going to attack one and see where we get. This is the excitement of the game. I am now bearing down on this demon, and really, it's a gamble. I'm hoping I win. I don't know. That's the excitement. This is what RuneScape is. You know, I could be here all night. I could cook myself up a bag of popcorn, and I could be playing this for a while. I've started my second demon. We are now in the heat of battle. In the end, RuneScape is a great game. You know, it's 10 and up. I mean, you know, you can start as a youngster and play throughout your 20s, you know. It's really not a bad game. Well, that's about it. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching my video. This is how you play RuneScape. This is the game. I mean, I've showed you a number of things: how to gain XP, how to make money, and how to just adventure around the world. It's a big world and there's a lot to see, so I hope someday you'll take your knowledge and apply it to the game yourself. Thanks.
Thanks again for watching. Remember, I'm your professor when your last class ends. Have a good night. Thanks again for watching.
Walking by people who are